Last thing before we move on, it's just interesting you say that because it's starting to become a trend, right? We've heard Cyborg complain about it. Gegard Mousasi was treated very poorly by them, so
Yeah,
it is interesting to see that a little bit of the curtains are coming by, and maybe the whole merger with Bellator put a little bit
yeah,
too much on their plate than they were kind of anticipating.
yeah. They do a lot of bad things behind the scene. They manipulate everything. Even the first season when I fight, I lost the first fight for Brandon. The second one I won by submission. The second round, and the third fight I'm supposed to fight against the no, and then I'm supposed to move to the semifinal because the Lance Palmer and the Russian guy couldn't make weight, and have problems, no fight in the same night. They had scheduled the fight, but in the contract say when they had scheduled fight or something problem, the fights no make point for the tournament anymore. And they score the point, and the Russian guy passed me and fight my spot in the semifinal because they want him fight. They manipulate everything. That is what it is. What I'm thinking soon they're gonna close out everything, so they don't go too far.
And luckily now the MMA world, there's so many more options, right? The sport's just growing so much every year. So when you went out there, I'm sure you had your agent throw out some feelers. What was that free agent market like? What were you kind of hearing back, and what led you to sign with the United Fight League?
Yeah, soon I got out. I met Sean Shelby. I talked to him. He said, "Okay, good. We want you back." And then my manager talked to him and said, "Yeah, we're gonna put him in the short notice list, And
Mhm,
if he have any spot, we're gonna call him." And in my division, having much going on, have
mhm.
three opportunities for be real, and they put my name. I'm about to pack to travel, and boom, the opponent pick another guy. They three guys always pick different guys. They don't want to fight me, so staying waiting, and not going on. And now I have opportunity to fight for UFL, and yeah, I'm excited, to come back to fight. I love to fight. I do this because I love, and I'm excited. I'm excited for come back. This this little setback was good. I'm evolving a lot of things. I used to make mistakes. I'm putting my game sharp more my game, and I'm excited to show what I can do.
And even though I've never interviewed you, every time I see your fights, you just seem like one of those fighters that you're just so happy to be in there, just to let loose and fight. So how tough was it, or maybe it wasn't tough over this last, almost 2 year span where you were just training and really didn't have anything lined up?
Was tough, was brutal, I'm battling the devils inside me because, man, I love to do this, If I, I can, I fight every month, and it was hard, so stressful, and the money starts to go away, come money in, so was tough, was like dark, dark part of my life, but I passed through, and I happy to be able to fight again. I'm almost put the gloves away, because I have to make money. I have two kids, I'm divorced, and both kids live with me now. So it's kind of hard, manage everything. But I have to get back, and I gotta put everything in the point of my gloves for that fight, and for sure I'm gonna win.
So, what exactly is your situation with UFL? Did you sign a multi-fight contract, or is it a one and done? What's the plan?
Well, the plan for my career is I get a great victory and back to UFC.
Hmm.
And but yeah, we just signed one fight for this Phoenix against Las Vegas, and we see how it goes, And so far, I'm so happy to be with them, and everything go pretty well, And yeah, if I'm no back the right away to UFC, for sure I'm gonna fight for them again.
And so I know in late 2023 you were in Devison Figueiredo's corner. Did you use that week at all to try to, talk to them, just make sure you were up to date with the UFC? And what was that whole experience like putting him through, helping him through a very tough fight.
Yeah. We use that too, but before that, we was with Henry Cejudo for when he's come back against Alge, and there was when I talked to Sean Shelby. And then after with Davidson Figueiredo, he come asked for help, and I coached him, helping him. Was different story, be a corner coach there, a lot of responsibility, was kind of tough, but was good experience and all the stuff. See me there, was good connections, and the seems everybody excited to have me back every day over there. Everybody is still like me, everybody still remember me, so what was a good connection.
And a lot of fighters say that they get more nervous for their friends and training partners than themselves. Was that the situation for you?
Yeah, it was crazy. I lost my voice, and I had to say this. I don't have voice anymore. Was crazy. When they fight, man, I'm asleep in the locker room. When the Davidson was fighting, man, I was nervous in the locker room. No, come on, stand up. Let's check it out. It was crazy. It was a different experience. Even fight in the big show, and I be corner before, but not like a big show like that. A big fight. Yeah.
So, what do you think about your upcoming opponent? I know you fought a lot of great fighters. So, where does he kind of stand around there? What are you expecting from him?
Man, he's a really good fighter. He have a good eyes. He set up the left hand pretty well, the right hook. He have a good wrestling. He's a wrestler. He's not a striker. He's a wrestler. He have a good wrestling, and he's a black belt jiu-jitsu. He's dangerous in any area. His last two fights, him knockout and submit the guy. So he's dangerous. So and he be active. So and he's young. So the young is always dangerous, and because they don't fare much. So I have to use my experience to put my game in, and man, I know I can beat anybody in my division. Him's good, and because this I must have to fight with him again. Is because he's a level. I know I beat him. Gonna be a good eyes for the back to UFC because this I'm accepted. If it's not interested to my career, I'm not gonna accept a hard matchup for no reason. So he's a good fighter and gonna be excited fights. And we see who break first. And yeah, I think I'm gonna win because I want more than anybody.
And so usually I don't look into too much of these kind of things when the Phoenix versus Las Vegas, but this is a little different, right? Because if your team wins, you get an extra $10,000, which I'm sure would help a lot in certain aspects.
Yeah, this 10K for now is like gonna save my life. And yeah, but I just focus in my fight. Have five fighters from my gym here. We support each one. And but man, when the lock the cage is you and and you can't count with anybody, just with the corners to say what you can do. But basic, you have to do it. So I just count on myself. I go there, and I know I'm gonna win. Now have four more for goal. So I hope all the team do good, and everybody win for we can get that money. For sure, gonna help everybody.
And so I've heard in the past some fighters say that they don't really like to fight in their hometown necessarily because it's a lot more pressure. So are you excited to have your friends, family, your team there? Or would you rather be somewhere else so you can just focus on the task at hand?
Nah, it's amazing fight in hometown. You don't need to travel. Travel sucks. When you cut weight, travel sucks. You don't need to travel. You don't need to adjust your diet for anything. You have anything on your reach. You do sauna. You sleep in your own bed. This is amazing. I love that part. And man, when to lock the cage, I don't see anybody. I don't hear anything. I just focus in my opponent. I just focus what I have to do. Everything I'm gonna get blind. I just see my opponent over there. I don't even see the referee. I see everything dark. I just see the guy in front of me.
So I know before you obviously were saying that you're on a list for short notice opponents. So I just wanted to get your opinion on the Dan Ige situation. If I'm assuming you had heard of it, where he fought on what was it, 24-hour notice, if that.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? And if you had the opportunity, I'd imagine you would take that too.
Yeah, for sure. I'm okay. I'm here. He lucky was in Vegas. He lived there and get the opportunity, and the fight all 3 rounds was good, And yeah, he was smart, and now have a credit with the organization. And for sure, he make good money for that, And yeah, I wish it was me, but yeah. And when I back to UFC, I would love to fight him. I think he picked too much of his fights, and I think I can take him out easily.
So last question for me. At this point, what is the goals in your career? I know obviously you want to get back to the UFC, but what is your main priorities that you want to accomplish before it's all said and done?
World champion. I want to become a UFC world champion. That's my dream. After that, I can call out their career, but yeah, that's my goal. Because these, when I want to give up, the fire inside, I come to do one train and then boom. And yeah, man, I still have this on me, and I train with a lot of good guys, the champions and everybody, and they see I'm in the same level now, and now I just one door open, another opportunity, and I trust 100%. I can put my life in the line. I when I'm back to UFC, I gonna become a champion, and not gonna take for too long for get that. I think Maximus when they back to UFC 6 fights, and you guys gonna see me fight for the belt and win the belt.
And I can't wait to see it. That's all I have for you today. I'm looking forward to your upcoming fight, and I'm looking forward to see you back in the UFC late this year, early 2025. And thanks again for all your time.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity. Have a good one.
You too.
Take care.